What's up, people? It's your girl Adiola. Did you guys hear? Hey, yeah, that the governor Akpabio was arrested by the EFCC. Yes, oh yes, there is God, there is God. When I heard, I said, huh? How is this possible? You know how they've been screening the new ministerial list? Yes, wasn't this the same man that was asking questions on the Senate floor?
Mr. President, I believe I'm protected by the chair. I've not seen where the Constitution said the president shall pass.
Can you imagine? Speaking of that screening, the whole thing was a joke, my people. I saw a lot of senators that were corrupt themselves. I said so many of these people need to be screened themselves. I saw Madam Stella Odua asking questions. I said, Madam, have we talked about what happened when you were aviation minister? And all the money that disappeared. I saw Saraki sitting there like a saint. I said, the devil is a liar. Anyway, was it just me or did anybody else notice that Governor Fashola never really answered the question about the website's money? So you understand?
I have never signed a check. I don't fix contract prices. It's an institutional process.
I mean, he gave an answer, but he didn't really address the question. I was waiting for him to prove himself innocent. But he gave general answer. It's not fair now. So if you were not the one that signed the check, are you trying to tell me that they were taking things behind your back? You didn't know about things they were doing in your name? It's not fair. That is why I really appreciate former Governor Fayemi. That man gave some brilliant answers about all the corruption allegations by Ayo Fayoshe when they were asking him about the 50 million naira bed.
Now you talk about furniture. I have also read, and many Nigerians have read, about 50 million naira bed. There is no 50 million naira bed in the Ekiti State House. And I challenge anyone to bring an invoice.
Yes, thank you. You're that for. I cannot believe the people of Ekiti would vote for Fayoshe over this man. I mean, I was just, trying to process. At that point, I was waiting for Governor Fayoshe to walk in with the receipts of the 50 million naira bed. Nothing happened. Nothing to back up your accusations. Anyway, back to Governor Akpabio. I said finally, because this man has been scamming the people of Akwa Ibom for so long. As you guys know, Akwa Ibom and Rivers State are Nigeria's largest oil producing states. Not be so, these two states make a lot of money from the oil. Yeah, so they're supposed to be the most developed, the most advanced states in Nigeria. Apart from that, these two states, Akwa Ibom and Rivers State, receive the highest fund allocation from the Federal Account Allocation Committee. So if other governors are getting certain amounts, these two states, their own governors, they get more than other governors in Nigeria. So they're supposed to have really developed their states. By the way, Premium Times calculated how much was allocated to Governor Akpabio when he was the governor of Akwa Ibom. Guess how much? 1.6 trillion naira. 1.6 trillion. And what did he do with the money? First of all, he said he built this e-library. Imagine an e-library with no website. It's like, how do you access the e-books? How do we read the e-books? There was no website. Until media started shouting, they went and put up some fake website like the following day. In fact, there was no internet service inside the e-library. Can you imagine? The computers didn't turn on. I did a story about that before. Scamming the people of Akwa Ibom. E-library with no internet. What kind of E is that library? Second of all, this man said he built a world-class hospital in Akwa Ibom. Hey, but when he got in an accident, a minor accident by the way, they've treated him in Nigeria. They still flew him to London for treatment. This world-class hospital that he built could not take care of him. What kind of world-class hospital is that? Does that make sense to the medulla oblongata of the peripheral mind of the common people? It makes no sense. By the way, move closer. You didn't hear this from me, but the hospital so that we'll have nice pictures, and then after the commissioning of the hospital they return the equipment. Is that what happened? If you live in Akwa Ibom, please let me know the truth of the matter. And then some people wrote me that they never completed this hospital. There are so many wiring works that were never completed, water system, that so many things were not completed. I saw these photos. Some people sent me these photos. I said, hey, there is God though. The only thing though is I'm really proud of the stadium that he built. I was so happy. Very nice stadium, world class. I said, finally we can have a stadium like this in Nigeria. That's like awesome, I just hope that they would maintain and sustain, because maintenance is not really part of our dictionary in Nigeria. I really hope that they would maintain the stadium. But somebody was telling me that they've changed the name of the stadium from the Nest of Champions. They said they changed the name to Akpabio's name. Why would the new governor change the name of the stadium to the name of the former governor? Who is really in charge in Akwa Ibom? Like, really, is Akpabio still the one controlling? There is God. So when they said that they arrested him, I said, finally, one by one, they are picking them up one by one. So you understand, one by one. But the funniest thing is the governor coming out to tell us that he was not arrested. Why the EFCC? I said, my brother. My brother, he said, well, he was just, he went there by himself, that he was invited for, interrogation, and he went there by himself, that he wasn't like he was arrested. I said, so, shoo, what does that mean? Was it that you guys were having a cup of tea when you got there? No, be said, and they interrogate you over stolen money, 108 billion naira. What are you trying to paint good? I beg. These people have no shame. He's supposed to be ashamed of the fact that he was even invited. It's just like Saraki telling us that he was not stoned in Ilori. You see, these people, they think that we are stupid. So we were supposed to say, thank God. We thought you were arrested. So you were just invited. Thank God. People have no shame. By the way, despite all this, nothing may eventually come out of this because this is Nigeria. I hope something comes out. I hope the people of Akwa Ibom get their money. I hope they can develop Akwa Ibom as it is supposed to be developed. But I won't be surprised if nothing comes out of it. But at least now we're learning that nobody is untouchable in Nigeria. That is a great lesson. Anyway, while all of this was happening and the senators were screening the ministerial list, the biggest story of the week happened though. Can you believe? Another armed robbery in Lagos. What is happening now? Why are they treating Lagos like this? No more respect. What is the meaning of that? Army robbers robbed 3 banks. No, so they robbed Access Bank and Diamond Bank for 4 hours. Policemen did not show up. This is the second time or the third time the armed robbers will come by boat through the canal to come and rob the bank, and the police will not show up until after the robbery. I read in the paper that the police foiled the robbery attempt. I was like, what did you foil? What do you mean you foiled? Eyewitnesses said that 4 people were killed. Newspapers are reporting that 2 people were killed because of stray bullets, and policemen are telling us that what did you foil? They said they recovered 27 million. Let us see the picture of the 27 million naira that you recovered. Who are you deceiving? This is why I've been telling you, learn your karate. I don't play. You see, as I am right now, anytime like this, you can do far when those army robbers, when they come. Learn to defend yourself. Armed robbers, they have better weapons. The boats that they use, Nigerian policemen did not have. Where was the helicopter? During elections, maybe we saw helicopter. No speedboat to go after the thieves. 40 armed robbers, 40 in broad daylight. And they're not even afraid anymore. Lagos, work on your security. That's all I want to say. You guys know I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real.